This is in continuation of my earlier talk on Swami Nirmalanandaji Maharaj, the spiritual awakener of Kerala. Like his illustrious Guru Bhai and leader of the Ramakrishna Brotherhood of Sannyasins, Swami Vivekananda, Swami Nirmalananda also was born in a Dutt family of the Kayastha community in Calcutta in 1863. Apparent in both of them was Kshatra Virya, a warrior spirit, rather than Brahma Tejas, the spiritual grandeur natural to a sage. They were not meek sadhus, but majestic, leonine hero souls, endowed with a strange power that compelled admiration and obedience from all. If Swami Vivekananda was described with such expressive epithets as Yadiraja and Vedanta Kesari, Swami Nirmalananda was aptly addressed as Yati Shardula and Bhrantalaya Bhishagvara. If Swami Vivekananda woke up the West, steeped in materialism, with his lion roar, Swami Nirmalananda awakened Kerala from its age-old casteism, priestcraft, and religious superstitions by blowing on the auspicious conch of Sri Ramakrishna's teachings. Swamiji's ascetic life, dedicated to Sri Ramakrishna, was one long exercise in renunciation and service, tapas and yajna. Tapas means penance, ascetic withdrawal from worldliness to dwell on godliness. It is meditation on God for gathering spiritual power, or in Swamiji's own words, charging my spiritual battery. Yajna is work for the welfare of the world. It is scattering among the spiritually needy what one has gathered by means of tapas. The period of Swamiji's tapas started from his days of the Varanagur Alambasar monasteries in 1886. For its upkeep and progress, Swamiji gave not only his sweat, but also his heart's blood. Thereafter, he practiced penance from time to time in the Himalayas for a period of 12 years, which ended in 1902. From then onwards to his last breath in 1938, it was the period of Yajna, an unbroken 36 years of self-denying service to the spiritually hungry throughout the country and abroad. It was at the Vedanta Center in New York, in America, that Swamiji first appeared as a preacher of Neo-Vedanta. For 3 years, from 1903 to 1906, he was making such remarkable progress there that there was an increase of activity and enthusiasm on the part of everyone. It looked as if Swamiji would continue there with his splendid work for some more years, but urgent calls from his native land, to use the words of Swami Ramakrishnananda, made him come back for the regeneration of his own motherland. And what a comprehensive regeneration it was. It was for the longest period to the largest number of people that Swamiji took the message of his master, a spiritual regeneration that very few among even the monastic disciples of Sri Ramakrishna could bring about. Let Sri Guru Maharaj's will be done, and I am to obey his command to my last breath. No question, no flinching, absolute submission. These words of Swamiji can be taken as the manifesto of his missionary work, spreading the message of his master as a mere instrument in his hands, as his postman, to put it in his own words, was an article of faith for him. When most of his Guru Bhais, one after the other, were leaving the stage, Tulasi Maharaj was plowing a lone furrow with untired feet and unweary heart. Even when he was lying ill during his last days, he was teaching and training his disciples and casting them into the mold of Sri Ramakrishna. No wonder then that Swamiji once spoke of himself with a touch of nostalgia as Guru Maharaj's Kagabusundi. Kagabusundi, described in Yoga Vasishta as the oldest devotee of Sri Rama. How was it possible for Swamiji to achieve so much in unfamiliar situations and adverse conditions? The answer is that he was a superhuman hero soul. About his Guru Bhais, Swami Vivekananda said, "Know each of these who are here of great spiritual power. Do not think of them as ordinary souls. Know them to be part of the spiritual body of Sri Ramakrishna. They are each a center of spiritual power, and in time that power will manifest." About his Guru Bhais like Swami Premananda, Swamiji once said, "Oh, they are all gods who have come down to the earth, taking human bodies as companions of Sri Ramakrishna, the avatar of the age." This can very well be applied to Swamiji himself. About his beloved Tulasi, Swami Vivekananda had this to say, "Look at Tulasi. A sadhu should be like him. He has a very fine head and a very strong body. He works indefatigably days and nights. He can also immerse himself in meditation for long hours. He can sing well and play on the musical instruments. He can expound shastras, hold conversations, give lectures, and cook well. You should be all round like him." What more can be said about Swamiji, or what need is there for more in understanding Swamiji's personality as an ideal sadhu and a unique apostle of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Deva? It's our great good fortune that Swamiji lived and worked for Kerala and accepted us as his own, besides taking us to Sri Ramakrishna's divinity. Moreover, he chose the banks of the holy Bharata Pura near his favorite Niranjanasrama Vachapalam for his final resting place in order to bless us for all time. Indeed, Swami Nirmalanandaji Maharaj is the only disciple of Sri Ramakrishna to spend his last days and enter Mahasamadhi this side of the Vindhyas. To all devotees of Sri Ramakrishna, this sacred spot must be a place of pilgrimage. It is said that worship of Vishnu becomes complete only with Tulasi Puja. And the sacred Tulasi leaves are offered at the Lord's feet. In Kerala, however, worship of Gaya Vishnu Sri Ramakrishna, in all propriety, should begin with reverential homage paid to Tulasi Maharaj, to Swami Nirmalananda, Sri Ramakrishna's Tulasi. Swamiji was a ray of the spiritual sun that shone in the sky of Dakshineshwar. That ray, shining with particular brilliance in the south, lit up the hearts of the people of Kerala. Swamiji was a wave of the full ocean of spirituality that was Sri Ramakrishna. As that wave washed the shores of Kerala and withdrew with a majestic musical roar, it invited our attention to the ocean from which it arose and into which it merged, the ocean of Sachidananda, manifested as Sri Ramakrishna, the Supreme Incarnation, the Yugavatara, the incarnation of the age. Jai Sri Ramakrishna, Jai Tulasi Maharaj.